And so the soccer kind of turned there. And then I went to a side called Mr. Payne was approached by Mrs. Betsy, Mama Betsy, who had Falcon. Now I come from Mauritian, my dad was ex-Mauritian extract.
Where were you born, Louis?
1951 in Durban.
In Durban. Okay.
In Durban. And never coached, we played in the park. Then it was the Ducky era, and guys like Bobby Mercedes and Puller and all those guys were in the park. And they used to play, they played for Sutton Park. And we used to watch these guys, you know, and then the team I supported was Durban United. So we used to walk down to the stadium and watch Durban United, who I loved. That was my love. Although overseas I watched Spurs come out to South Africa in 1963, I think it was. Jimmy Greaves and all those guys. And I was hooked on Spurs. And I've suffered ever since.
Why Spurs, Louis?
Because they came out to South Africa and they beat South Africa, I think 5-2 or 5-3.
Yeah. And
my first exposure to...
A lot of big teams used to tour South Africa in those days.
Yeah, very true. You know, and I was hooked. You know, once you're hooked for a particular side, I've supported them. So I played striker, and then Mama Betsy had a team called Falcon, and they were coming up the leagues. And in 70, I think it was 72 and 73, I played for Falcon as a striker. And we won those leagues as they moved up. As they moved up the division, 72, 73. And then in 74, Stan Milishetsky, who owned Lanco Engineering, it was a big Sunday League side, Stan approached me and said to me, Louis, you're a Morris boy, and I want you to come and play for Morris. We're putting a side together. They've been in the Natal League for 23 years, but can't get up into the NFL South, which was the Premier League and amateur. They trained at Hoy Park. Titch Muscle was the...
Okay, Trevor Muscle's dad.
Yeah, correct. And he was the coach. And
I think your colour is slightly bullet.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
And Stan was the sponsor. And he said, I want you to come and play for Morris. And I was happy at Falcon. But the tug of the old school and what they were trying to do, and I moved across with Eddie Schroeder, who was also playing for Falcon. And I moved across to Morris. And what a year it was. Dennis Kronwald was...
What year was that?
It was 1974. And by that stage...
You were 23 at that time.
I was 23, but at that stage I transitioned to a centre-half. And the reason that I changed to centre-half was I played for a Greyville Sunday League side called Swifts. And they trained on that open space of ground next to the Belhaven Club. It was a park with lights, and we would train in the evening.
Near where the the Game City now is, the City View Centre now.
Correct.
Across the road.
Just across the road. And it was a Greyville side with Sid Margits, who became a referee, the Van Rensburgs. And I played for them in like the G division of Sunday League as a striker. And we played one day in the Cup. Sam Minister knew all the clubs go into it. And we drew a side called Los Angeles in the Sunday League.
LA Hotel.
And in that side were all the old professional stars. Reggie Clayt, who played for Durban City. Colin Kilmister, who played for Durban United. Richie Moffat, Durban City and South Africa. They were all in that side. But they were old. When I say old, they were 38, 39, etc. And they were nailing because they could play. And we drew them in the Cup. And I remember us playing them, the Sam Minister, at the old Kingsmead grounds. and we lost 8-1. And they gave us a football lesson. And at the end of the game, shaking hands with everybody, and all of a sudden I felt myself lifted off the ground. Someone had grabbed me at the back of the collar and lifted me off. It was Reggie Clegg. And he said to me, Lighty, he said, you're coming with me now. We're going to get your clearance from Sid Markets now, and you come in and play for us. And he said, I'm going to change you into a centre-half. And you're going to be my legs, and I'm going to be your brains. And I'll teach you how to play this game.
Did he ever tell you why? What did he see in you that you could change it from a striker to a defender?
I don't know. You know, I actually played against him as a striker that day. Managed to get a goal. But Reg saw something in me. And being 38, his legs were beginning to go. And he saw me as a guy that could play next to him. He was a stopper. And I
So
think
were you a sweeper?
And he said I'd sweep behind him. And we walked across the Sid. He didn't hesitate because these were the mana, you know, that had played professional soccer.
To them.
I was saying they gave me my clearance. And so I was taught the game, playing for Los Angeles. And I learned the game playing next to Reg. And quite interesting, one of my first games was against a side called Union Spirit.
Okay.
And I remember us playing, we won the game about 4-1. But in that game, there was a guy, a ball came across and he got up way above Reg. I never saw it again. Thundered with the head, hit the back of the net, and it was Rob Leclerc.
Okay.
Rob Leclerc had just come out from Mauritius. He played in the World Cup for Mauritius. He was a wonderful striker. I've never seen a guy get up like that, above Reg. Reg sat me down after the game and he explained what he had done wrong, etc., and how we can avoid that. And I then played in that side. And
Rob Leclerc played for Ambilo in later
he
years.
played for Ambilo. He had a trial with Durban City. Rob could have played in any professional side in South Africa.
Sweeper, defender as well.
He was a striker.
At the time he was a striker. Okay.
His brother John Leclerc was the sweeper. With Ambilo.
Correct, yes.
But Rob had played as a striker for Mauritius. He was a fabulous player. He went to Durban City, he was top class, and then, you know, for other reasons, he liked the good life, and so he never pursued his soccer career. So it stopped quite early, although he played Sunday, but a wonderful player. And so, at the end of that year, I got picked for the Durban Sunday League side. And with Reggie, the two of us. And Durban had never beaten Johannesburg, the commercial league there.
Because you had an annual playoff against the Johannesburg Sunday League side.
Yes, we'd gone for years.
So they would reciprocate you. They would play down 1 year and then the next year would you go up? Is that how it worked?
Correct. And then, you know, it was train. You went by train, which was a lot of fun, and everyone loved the train trip in those days. And I remember that first year. I've got a feeling it was 1974. I think perhaps 73. And we went up and we played at Driehoek, the Germiston's ground, Germiston Callies' ground. And we lived in the Malvern, we stayed in the Malvern Hotel, which was an experience on its own.
Good one?
Yes, it was a wild Saturday night and a wild Friday night. But
which soccer tour is ever innocent?
say no more. And we partied hard, but we played hard. And we went to extra time. We took them to extra time, and a guy called Bugsy, a famous guy, a guy called Bugsy, He got the winner against us at extra time.